Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt. On the radio, on podcasts, on Facebook Live and YouTube. Check out our previous shows if you have questions about other laws. You can search YouTube, and you may not know this, but you can also search Facebook. You can go to our Facebook page and hit the magnifying glass and search, and for some term that you're confused about, and you might find one of our videos, or you might be able to do that on YouTube. You can also go to talklawradio.com and search our archived episodes there. You can also go to podcasts everywhere, wherever you get your podcasts. This is our third segment of the show, and this is when we talk about sinners and saints. Now it's time to talk about a sinner that should be recognized for his excellence and a self-proclaimed saint that is alleged to have sinned. It's an exciting week for me because it turned out that way. So the sinner I want to talk about is Jannik Sinner, that's his name, from Italy, who won the match against Novak Djokovic from Serbia. They were playing tennis in the Australian Open, and it was a big upset because Novak was a 10-time champion. And I heard that these two tennis stars were remarkable because of their serve speed. They can serve balls at speeds of up to 130 miles per hour. Wow, that's fast. The saint, no, the sinner is the self-proclaimed saint. This is a court case that I found about a pastor that was selling cryptocurrency to his congregation and other congregations, and he's being sued by the Colorado Securities Commissioner, Tung Chan, for the state of Colorado. And so the pastor is Eli Regalado, and his wife, Caitlin Regalado, a.k.a. Caitlin Dorsey, and the companies that they created, INDX Coin LLC, Kingdom Wealth Exchange Incorporated, Kingdom Wealth Exchange LLC, Grace-Led Marketers LLC. And there's a lesson about how they were using their business entities that I'll bring up in a few minutes as well. So the commissioner of the securities for the state of Colorado filed this lawsuit asking for an injunction to stop this pastor from selling worthless cryptocurrency. A summary of the action is, despite having neither background nor credentials in cryptocurrencies, securities, or exchanges, the defendants decided to market and sell a new, innovative type of security and to create an exchange on which to sell that security, the INDX coin, a cryptocurrency coin which would be bought and sold on a new exchange, the Kingdom Wealth Exchange. Defendants' drive to make money was only matched by their reckless disregard of securities laws and profound lack of scruples toward their investors. So you want to know why this makes me upset, is because he's fraudulently selling something that's worthless to his parishioners. He's using his status as their pastor to take financial advantage of them. And it made me think of the verse in the Bible that says, "Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing." And so I have that verse here marked in my Bible now. It comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 7, starting at verse 15. this is Jesus talking. He says, "Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves." That describes this guy exactly. And he even made a video after he got sued, telling his parishioners, his investors, to hang in there because God told him to sell this fake cryptocurrency to them, and that if they just pray, the blessings will come. And so what that tells me is that he's not going to stop. He has to be stopped. It's people like this that need to be jailed because they're unable to stop their own bad behavior. And so society has to impose justice upon them by putting them in jail so that they'll stop stealing other people's money. And the fact that he said God told him to do it, I think he's a liar. And he's being influenced by the great liar, Satan. He's the father of lies, right? So I thought the Bible would be useful to help us understand what's going on with that person right now. Okay, so defendant Eli arranged meetings with pastors and other churches and offered these pastors incentives to invest and sought to gain access over their parishioners. And the court case says that the defendants advertised these coins and the exchange both online and in person through presentations made at churches, including at Victorious Grace Church. That's his online church. Doesn't have a church building. And Victorious Grace Church has only 2 employees, the defendants Eli and Caitlin, the married couple, which they operate from their house, their recreational vehicle, or from various vacation destinations. The court case goes on further to say the defendants offered and sold unregistered securities to investors or authorized others to do so on their behalf. Defendants paid commissions to the sellers of the INDX coin. Defendants misstated and omitted material facts unquestionably important to investors. Now, I'm not an expert in cryptocurrency. I'm not a licensed investment broker, so I'm still trying to figure out all the terminology here. If you have information that can help me understand this, if you know whether cryptocurrencies are securities or whether they should be or shouldn't be, email me at host@talklawradio.com. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. Is a cryptocurrency a security that has to be registered? And I think I found that the United States Securities Commission view right now is that all cryptocurrencies except for Bitcoin are securities that should be registered. And so now I'm interested to find out why. And if you know, please tell me by emailing me at host@talklawradio.com. This case is just fascinating because he got millions of dollars from people by selling this coin. He said the coin will cost you $1.50, but it's actually worth $10. And then him and his wife used all that money, well, not all of it, about half of it, on themselves. Defendants made sales of at least $3.2 million, no less than $1.3 million, or 39% of the investment funds paid in went directly to the Pastor Eli and his wife, or was used for their own personal benefit. And so some of the laws that were broken here is defendants failed to provide full, fair disclosures of material facts to their investors, including that defendants lacked liquidity to support the amount of INDX coin then outstanding, and that INDX coin was not pegged to a certain value, but was instead backed by essentially no assets whatsoever, that the exchange was the sole platform upon which anyone could buy, sell, or trade the coin, and was subject to a run, that an index coin that is backed by no pool of assets to mimic the index has actually no value, that proceeds were not used to develop the coin or the exchange as promised, that defendants Eli and Caitlin took substantial sums out of the investor proceeds for personal expenses like luxury handbags, cosmetic dentistry, snowmobile adventures, an au pair, home renovations, luxury vacations, and more. That defendants paid sellers commissions, including commissions to themselves, that they paid to have the project audited for coins in exchange, and the auditor determined the project unsafe. The technical documentation failed, and the code was so inconsistent with standard code that it could not be fully evaluated. So beware of wolves in sheep clothing. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Talk about legacy.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Each week, attorney Todd Marquardt talks about the law. His mission with the Talk Law Radio show and podcast is to help you discover your legal issue blind spots. In the beginning, God had one law. Don't eat from the fruit of that tree. Then came the Ten Commandments. Now we have federal, state, and municipal lawmakers that won't stop creating new laws. Laws that might impact you without you knowing it. Listen to the show and drop a line on Facebook or email host@talklawradio.com and let the host know what you think of the show, the topics you want to hear, and whether you want to be a guest.